So one of the things I want to mention is that I was a part of a community program, which is a Big Brother, Big Sister community. And I want to say a big shout out to all the aunts who are there, and to Laurice, and to Jean, and to Marcia, and to Marie, and to Cynthia. All of you, big of yourself, thank you so much. I really appreciate, the investment that you guys would have made in my life. And, the reality is, when we talk about investment, people, we're not only talking about monetary investments. There are some people who deposit some positive things in our life, and we have to be grateful for that, because trust me, if it wasn't for this community program, I don't know if I would have been one of those persons, swinging the gun and walking around and being a menace to society, right? And so I want to just say thanks to you guys for the support that you have given over the years. And I made mention of that because being a part of the community program, I remember sharing with one of the aunts, what was happening in terms of, yes, I would have tried the JDF, it didn't work out, and now I'm actually looking a job. And so it was moving on to the next step, because I can't stay there forever, right? So I remember one of the aunts made some checks, and I applied to LOJ at the time, which is Life of Jamaica. I think now it's Sagicor. When I applied there, remember, I wanted to become a pilot, so I focused on the science subjects. I didn't know anything about business, but it was an opportunity that presented itself, and I applied, and I was called to do an interview. Went there, wanted to hear the lady asking me, what is money laundering? You type in the comment section and tell me what you think I told the lady. And to this day, sometimes I look back and laugh, because it's kind of crazy though, Anyhow, that did not work out, as you can expect, because, yeah, it didn't work out. Anyhow, so I went back to my aunt at the community program, and I told her. She was kind of shocked that, I was asked that question as well. Anyhow, another opportunity presented itself, and I applied, and I did another interview at one of the #1 building societies in Jamaica. That is VMBS, Victoria Mutual Building Society. Now, I got accepted, and I worked at the Victoria Mutual Building Society in Ligani for 4 years as a teller. And that was a very good experience, because growing up in the inner city community, you're not really exposed to other areas of society. And being at Victoria Mutual at the Ligani branch, in fact, this was one of the branches, that is really in one of those uptown communities. We see so many personalities passing through. It felt good knowing that I was handling the monetary transactions, or whatever it was, I was doing business for these people. It was a good experience for me. But guess what? I wanted more. So, whilst being a teller, I decided I was going to apply for Jamaica Constabulary Force, and I also applied to the correctional services. And so I remember I applied to the JCF, and I actually went, did the written test, passed the written test, and I did the physical test also, and I passed that. You get me? And so it was just waiting to hear from JCF to say when we can come and start training. But here's the thing though, because the JCF did not call me in time, I decided I wanted out of the banking sector, and so I applied to the correctional services. Got accepted, and the correctional services actually called me before JCF. Now, because the correctional services called me before the JCF, and I wanted to leave the banking sector, I actually resigned from the bank, and I started training. I actually went to Mobe, because I'm from Kingston originally, and I went to Mobe to train, right? And was there training. But something happened one day while I was outside running up and down, while the instructors were telling me to do push-ups and to do this and to do that. I actually got a missed call from the JCF, and when I came in and I checked my phone and I realized I got a missed call, I tried to call them, but I wasn't getting through to them. And my next best option was to call my mother to say, Mommy, see if you can call JCF by Twickenham Park, because that's where the training school is. see if you can call them so we can find out what is what, because I don't want this opportunity to basically pass me, right? Because this is what I really wanted to do, you know. It's just that at the time, the correctional service had called me first. And so she was trying to call him, not getting through to them. And I was now in a spot that I had to basically make a decision. And I'm going to let this pass, or I'm going to resign in hope that the JCF was ready for me. I resigned. So I actually resigned from the correctional services. I handed in my resignation because I'm like, I'm going to come home and just go over Twickenham Park, because I didn't want them to be calling me, not getting me, and then give somebody else my space. You know the thing go. So when I resigned, took a bus from Mobe. First time taking a bus from Mobe to come back to town. Because when I was going to Mobe, remember now, we were going to train, and so it was a vehicle that had actually brought us there from headquarters, from Correctional Services headquarters. Came home, and when I came home now, I was there for a bit. No, I think I came home the Friday and decided that the Monday I'm going to go over there. Would you believe that when I actually went over there on Monday to present myself, to let them know that I am here, I was told that they were not ready for me. They were only calling me to find out if I was still interested. So you can imagine, I resigned from the banking sector, took a chance, you know, started training with the correctional services, resigned from the correctional services. Some people may say it's premature, but I mean, at that time I felt I did what I had to do. Resigned from that, only to come home and hear that the JCF was not ready for me. So, you know, the thing is, why I even, so let me tell you why I even made that decision is because I remember when I went to do the initial test, the written test and the physical, there was someone who had started training, who she and I basically went to the physical together. And I thought that more than likely, if they were calling me, basically because she started training before me, then my time is just around the corner. That was not so. Well, the good thing about it is that they called me, but after 3 months, 3 months. And so I was basically at home for 3 months, not working. But, you know, it worked out in the end, and I'm truly grateful for that. And that's how I started in the JCF. There is a lot more that we'll be talking about in terms of the JCF. But pretty much I just wanted to share with you how I moved, you know, from, you know, working in the supermarket to being a ward clerk, almost becoming an officer in the JDF, working in the bank and correctional services, and ultimately joining the JCF. And so I really wanted to come on here to just share my story, or at least snippets of it, because we'll definitely be getting into more of that, you know, at another time. But as I said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, see you in the next video.